Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Kevin here, top 1 financial advisor and best-selling author. We are here to talk about the stock market. Well, here we are. We learned today that Elon Musk is looking to do a hostile takeover, essentially, and try to buy Twitter outright. And there are a bunch of problems and issues and concerns with this particular offer. He says that, I actually will read my tweet about it, but he's attempting a hostile takeover, and I'll put that tweet here. He's offering $54.50 as his best and final offer, and that if he does not get the company, I guess at that price, he will reconsider his position, which basically means I'm going to sell the stock, 9.2% of this entire company, which would immediately tank the value of the company. If I am the CEO or anybody else on the board and I have a lot of money in this company, I could stand to lose millions of dollars if this one person, if I don't acquiesce and give the company to this one person. But also, if you do give the company to that person, he'll probably immediately fire you too. So it's really not a great situation for them. But there are a lot of issues with this idea, with him taking over the company, but also with Twitter if it stays the same. So I'm going to pull up what Twitter's stock price is right now, but this will obviously change because right now I'm doing this before the market opens. So again, this could change. So right now, Twitter's at $45.85. I think in pre-market, before the market opens, it was up like 15% or so. We'll see where it goes, and let's just run down the list of problems, okay? Because there's a lot that's going on right now. Number one, we've seen this happen from Elon Musk before in a way where there's like a roller coaster, right? He'll talk about something, he'll put it on social media, the asset will rise, and then he changes his mind midstream, and then it falls and almost never recovers. We saw this with Bitcoin. He said, I like Bitcoin, it's useful, I'm going to take it as payment at Tesla. Tesla bought $30 million or whatever it was in Bitcoin. They said, oh no, it's a environmental concern, we're not going to take it. Bitcoin tanks, and then I think eventually, I don't know what they did after that, right? But Bitcoin ain't been all that great since that saga. He did the exact same thing with Dogecoin. Said it was all this stuff, it took off, he went on SNL, said, it's a hustle, it fell, and you ain't seen it since, right? Nobody's really talking about it in the same way they used to. Then you got Twitter. He had put all this stuff about Twitter, bought 9.2% of the entire company. It goes up, right? Then he says, I'm going to be on the board. And then they announced that, I'm not going to be on the board. Now he's trying to buy the company and say, look, I want 100% of it. If I don't get it, then I will reconsider my position, which means that he's probably going to just dump all the shares, which puts a lot of people in a bad position. If you are on the board, if you're the CEO, the board of directors, whatever, this means that you probably get compensated in equity, right? And if you don't sell at whatever price he's telling you, which is $54.50 or whatever it is, then you lose, right? Because he would sell those shares, and you can go back down $30 a share, $25 a share, whatever it's going to be. So that's number one. Two, regular investors like us, which I warned y'all and told y'all that I'm not investing in this based on hype, right? And I said at the end of the video that I don't want my assets tied up based on a tweet, which is exactly what is happening right now. That's not for me, okay? But if I bought it based on that news, I'm beholden to what may happen today, tomorrow, or by the end of the week, which could be good or it could be very bad. I don't know, right? And that's not the style of investor that I am. The other part of this is if I'm on the board, other than the fact that I could take this offer and then he comes in and immediately fires me, which is trash, right? if that's me. But also, is $54.50 even a good price for Twitter? If you look at their 52-week highs and lows, I think it was as high as $73. If I'm selling my company, right, to somebody, I'm not going to take the lowest offer. That's pretty much what it is. And if I believe in the company and the new CEO, then I can say, look, in a year or two, maybe 6 months or something like that, I think I can be at $73 like I was not too long ago, or even higher. We'll see, right? We will see. Twitter is trying to save itself and find other ways to make money outside of advertising. And the other issue here is Elon Musk's revolutionary vision for the company isn't all that revolutionary. All it is he thinks two things. Number one, he wants to, give free speech to the platform, which kind of already exist. But even so, right, even if you disagree with that, the fact is that's not a value proposition. You just say, people just say free speech a bunch of times and like the stock is supposed to go up. That's not how the amendment works. You might want to go back and read the actual Constitution and take a law school class. But aside from that, that's not a strategy. That is not a thing. You just keep saying those two words. It doesn't make the platform better. But also, his other big idea here is to charge people, maybe it's $1, $2 a month, whatever it's going to be, to use Twitter. And I think Twitter, from a news perspective and a sharing of ideas perspective, is actually pretty solid. But I'm not paying for it. I can get that Facebook, I can get that from the TV, I can get it from YouTube. It's not valuable enough for me to pay money for. And I don't think charging certain people are that's not how we're programmed, right? Now I could argue that we weren't programmed to drive electric cars, we weren't programmed to do whatever until somebody did it, right? That is fair, but I would ask you this, right? When I brought this up the first time and I said that I was concerned, is that some people over-evaluate and become overconfident in certain figures, right? Whether it's politics or business or even like the Michael Jordan and LeBron James debate, which really annoys me. But we like deify them and think that they can do literally everything. Well, here's what I know, right? Jack Dorsey could not run effectively both Square and Twitter, and he founded both of them, right? I do not think that Elon Musk, based on his tweets, can run effectively Twitter and SpaceX. Twitter, SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, which he also is trying to do something special there, which is not going well, and spread yourself thin and do all of these different things and create value in all of these different places. I'm not trying to put limits on nobody, right? I don't want to, say that you can't do X, Y, and Z, but reality has shown us this is not really the case. But most importantly for investors, he's looking to take it private, and that may mean something for you, that you as an investor won't have access to this for very much longer if that's the case. Now, you may or may not profit. I can research and do a video to say what may happen if this proposal is even accepted. The board of directors or the board there, they can say no. You can sell your shares and do whatever it is you want to do with it, but we're not selling it to you. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. It could happen, and the ramifications are going to be the ramifications. But again, there's a lot going on here. It's still breaking. I think I put it on Instagram, as my Instagram is going off right now. So I put it out about an hour ago. So there's still a lot of things to come out. But this is number one, lessons to be learned. This is why you do not follow hype. Okay, I told y'all that. I told y'all prior to today and right when we found out what was going on with the company, that it had not been positive. It had not grown beyond its IPO from 2013. That's a bad sign for me, right? They have not figured out how to consistently make money outside of advertising, and advertising is not really working for Twitter. I don't care about none of those ads that come on Twitter, whereas Facebook is almost creepy with their ads. I'm like, oh yeah, I they have the exact type of shirt I like with my favorite team or whatever on it, right? Facebook is very good at that. Twitter, for whatever reason, is not, but I know I'm not paying for it either. So I don't know. Twitter has to figure out what it wants to do. Investors, if you have Twitter, you need to figure out what you need to do. But for us, for those who are learning the stock market, let this be a lesson to you. This is why we don't follow hype. This is why I warned y'all about this. It's also continuing and will continue to set ripples off into the stock market. It is my belief that this is one reason why Shopify did this exact same thing, to split their shares to protect the voting rights. Remember, I said that the voting rights, they are going to create a special class of shares that gives the CEO more votes than me and you, which Twitter did not do. And that is one of the reasons why they're here right now. You're not going to see this at a Google, right? Because they got, for every one share that the owners and founders have, they got 10 rights, right? They got 10 votes for every one share that they have. I only get one vote, and that's even if, right? That is if I have Google, Googl, versus Goog, Goog. All this stuff, you got to be careful, right? This is why you want to read a little deeper, why you want to like and subscribe to the channel and stuff like this. So this is a story I will likely continue talking about on all things social media, as well as the podcast this weekend. Woo, crazy story, very early in the morning. Well, not very early, but y'all get the point. So watch out. I do be telling y'all. I did kind of warn y'all about this one. All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.